Hi everyone, good morning. Bit louder, good morning. Once again, good morning. Okay, so I hope I am audible to everyone. So as Subham sir already introduced me, so I am Rohit Kumar Gupta. And so you all are preparing for NEET, right? So a bit of idea about JE also, right? You must having some idea about JE also, right? So I gave my JE advance in 2016. Then I joined IIT Bombay, and I did my BTech in chemical engineering, and I graduated in 2020. And after that, I also worked in this teaching field only because we and Rohit were both friends during our JE preparation. So since then we know each other, and then Rohit came to here in Pasighat, and I joined IIT Bombay in 2016. Then in 2020, I graduated from there, and then I started working as a mathematics teacher in, right? Yeah. So after that, I thought of like pursuing my education. So I'll bit talk about also like why it was important for me to further continue my studies, and why it is very necessary that you should also focus on studies. So I'll talk about it later. So after like working for around 3 years in career institute, I thought of continuing my education, and then I decided to pursue MBA. MBA, you all know, right? Does anyone know the full form? You'll get a chocolate from me. Okay, so MBA is basically Masters of Business Education. So you must be knowing the full form of NEET, right? ऐसा तो कोई नहीं है ना जिसको नीट का ही फुल फॉर्म नहीं पता. ओके, तो एटलीस्ट जिसका प्रिपरेशन कर रहा है उसका फुल फॉर्म तो पता ही होना चाहिए. So MBA is basically Masters of Business Education. So here you learn about the different aspects of businesses. So I joined IIM Calcutta, and then I'll be graduating in 2025, which is the next year. So the year in which you will be giving your NEET exams to get into a medical college, I'll be done with my academics. So no more padhai likhai and all. Right. Okay, so since Kolkata is not very far from Arunachal as compared to Mumbai and all the western sides of it, like Pune, Mumbai, or Bangalore, so that's what I decided. Let's meet Rohit sir because we share the same name. Right? Did you realize I'm also Rohit? He's also Rohit. So we share the same name. So I thought that this is the nearest place from where I can visit this institute. And since I've already been a teacher, so I already had this, passion about like interacting with students and like guiding them. And I also write on different platforms. Like, do you know Quora? Anybody knows? Yeah. So I also write there also. So I have also some like student friends over there, and we interact regarding what they're preparing and all. Okay. So Rohit sir told me that why don't you like take a session with the students, and this is definitely not going to be a academic session where I'll be teaching you some academic concept. This is a general session which is also important along with all your studies that are going on, because what I believe is that academics is one thing, but you have to be very disciplined whatever the academics you are doing. It's not only about the academics. Even if you are in a job, even if you are in business, this discipline thing and the motivation to keep yourself disciplined and being inspired or feeling inspired and confident all the time, that is very important. So that's when Rohit sir asked me like, why don't you take a session with the students and try to make it an interactive session. So we'll try to make an interactive session. If you have any doubts, you can definitely ask questions. I also tell you why it is very important that you should also be vocal whether you are in class, whether you are interacting with your teachers outside the class. It is very important. So you all are 12th pass out, right? So you all are 12th pass out, and maybe you'll be giving NEET next year, maybe in May, June, July, whatever is the exam timeline. So right now we are maybe only left with some nine months, six months. Okay, and for if we talk about like syllabus completion, then definitely 6 months is the last deadline that the syllabus needs to be covered. So this is a very critical phase, and if you can push yourself, then you can definitely do something which can be a make or break for your NEET exams, because this is the critical point of time where most of the people give up, even though they are a good prepared, or even if they are lacking, they most of the time they give up during this time. So this is regarded when you are like behind your 6 or 7 months from your NEET exam. This is regarded as the critical point of your preparation. So what I will try to talk about it, that you must be, see, motivation is a thing which can, suppose you are feeling today high and suppose tomorrow you are feeling today low, tomorrow you are feeling low. So motivation is something kind of things. If you are feeling high, if you are feeling good, then you will be highly motivated. Like suppose you gave an exam, you got good marks, you got marks whatever you were expecting, then you will be definitely highly motivated, right? But if suppose you are not getting good marks, then that will act as a act of demotivation for you. So more than motivation, my perspective is on the sides of discipline. If you are disciplined now, then whether you are getting good marks in one test or not so good marks, that I will not say bad marks, because it's a very comparative things, though we don't try to use the negative words. Suppose you are getting good marks in this set at this test, and that another test you are not getting so good marks, then if you are motivated, if you are focusing on motivation thing, right? So if you have got good marks, then obviously you will be motivated. If you are not getting a not so good mark, then you feel demotivated a bit. But if you are disciplined, that whatever is your task, if you have to come to the class, you are coming to class irrespective of whatever has happened in the previous test, or whatever has happened in the previous, maybe in your personal life, or another life which all of you may be having. So if you are disciplined, then you won't be focusing on the negative sides of all the things that you are going in your life, because discipline is something, some kind of thing that you know your job. What is your job? You have to come to the class, you have to put all your concentration in the class, you have to be you have to ask doubts in the class, you have to take your doubt session after the class. So if you are motivated now, you will be automatically following all the routine thing that is going on in your life, whether it is before the test or before something that is happened good or not so good. So discipline is something that you should try to maintain in your life. If you will come to your later stage of life, maybe after your medical exams and you will get into your job life, if you will get a lot of workshops in your medical career, a lot of great doctors come to your medical colleges and they take workshops for the new upcoming doctors, because along with your studies you will be also practicing, right? So you will be might be doing your internships, and also all the great people, they don't talk about motivation. Most of these people talk about discipline. If some of you may be an avid reader, you might also like to read the different kind of books. If some of you are a good reader, then you might be, all these people I have seen, they only, because earlier when I was also preparing for JEE, so all the people just talk about you have to be motivated and all, and but later in the stage of my life, I realized that more than motivation, discipline is the most important thing. Because discipline, motivation is like, as I already told you, the flame will be high, one day the flame will be low. But if you are disciplined, you will continue to make that flame on a stable note. And if you will be putting your hard work in a more consistent way, that will all increase your flame of success and all these things. So that's my point, my perspective on how to keep going yourself. So if you are disciplined, definitely consistency will be following discipline. Consistency, you already, right? Whatever you are doing today, you are also doing it tomorrow. It's not like today you have attended like 6 hours of lecture and you have done 8 hours of self practice, but tomorrow it's all here and there. It's like completely vanished. You are maybe a 2 days you are preparing very well, doing all the classes, notes, homework and all, and for another 2 days you are just chilling at your room or maybe something like that. So I think this should not be done, because what happens if you are doing this kind of behavior, what will happen? Your syllabus will be piling up. One day you will be covering a lot of things, and when you try to cover a lot of things in a single day, it's very unlikely that you will be grasping all the things. But if you are taking a one step at a time, we generally say this word, take one step at a time, one step at a time. If you trying to jump on a single day and then another day you are not doing anything, that will definitely not going to work for you. So be disciplined in whatever you are doing, be consistent in whatever you are doing, and whatever you are doing today, whatever you are today, you must be a better version of yourself tomorrow. It's not like I'm saying tomorrow means maybe for yourself. If you are doing some chapter, suppose today you started maybe one chapter of chemistry, maybe say I say chemical equilibrium, maybe today you are not very good because you are just starting with this chapter. In 1 week you are also that not good, but after that you will realize that if you are being consistent and disciplined in all your studies, you will realize that after a 1 week or by the time the chapter is finished, and if you are doing all the things with the great consistency, not like to like putting all the efforts on single day and then another day you are doing nothing. If you are being consistent, if you are being disciplined in your approach, then what will happen, that will be more beneficial for you rather than just doing all the things in one day and nothing in the other day. So that is the benefit of being disciplined and consistent, that first of all you are regular, your things don't pile up before your exams or before your tests. This is the thing. Second thing, that you will be when you will be learning in a like not very huge amount of things you are trying to learn, because see, our human brain can't contain all the things at one point, right? If it is generally said that if you are studying something for 100%, you will get 70% of it and you might be remembering 50% of it tomorrow. But if you are doing it in parts, like whatever has been taught today, if you have just completed it today only, then after the chapter is over, generally the next chapter start, there is some slow, right? Whenever one chapter is finished, then another chapter is started, so you can utilize this time by the time this chapter is completing and the next chapter is starting. So between these 2-3 days you can try to like revise all the things that you have studied. But if you have piled up all your things from one chapter, that after the chapter will be over, then I will do it now, then it will be completely like out of the box, it will go out of the box and you won't be able to get all the things if you are doing in the last day. So try to do it on a daily basis, whatever is being taught in the class, whatever is happening in class, take notes, attend classes regular, ask doubts in class, ask doubts after the class. So all these things for doing consistently, and you feel like there's a lot of things that is going on. You have to be attentive in class, you have to ask doubt in class, you have to do homework, you have to prepare for tests. But once you get going, it will come automatically to you, right? You see driving, right? When you are learning, you feel a lot of it. There's a clutch, there's a gear, and there's an accelerator. Even though I don't know driving, but I know what happens there. So there will be a lot of things. But once you learn driving, what happens? It generally comes easy to you, right? You don't have to see, because when I was learning bike, I realized that whenever I used to change the clutch, I used to look down. But when you learn it, what happens? It goes automatically. So this is what happened. Today you will feel like there's a lot of things going on. Class karo, lecture karo, notes banao, doubts clear karo, homework karo, assignment karo, test karo. But once you build this process, now once you will be regular, once you will be consistent, once you will be disciplined, now it will come automatically to you. After the class, you will definitely automatically you will go to sir, that sir, this is the something which I didn't understand in the class. Can you please help me get it clear? Maybe tomorrow in the next class you can ask me those. This is the importance of being regular. So if you are piling all these things at the last of the chapter, or maybe till last of your whatever the weekly or bi-weekly tests happen, then definitely you will be have a lot of things, and from a lot of things you will be a lot of doubts, and then you won't be able to ask all the doubts on a single day. So my thought, my perspective, my point of view is that be disciplined, consistent and regular in your studies. This is a very critical stage of your preparation journey. Whatever have you prepared, that is up to you. I don't know how much you have prepared, how much that has been covered. But whatever is going to happen from today onwards, try to be regular, try to be disciplined and consistent in your study, so that whatever is going to happen from today till the last day of your syllabus completion, you don't pile up things, and you will also get the time to revise all the things. So see what happens, that I have seen most of the people that they are good in studies, they are getting a good marks in the class, but because of lack of revision, they are not able to get score marks in exam. So revision is another important thing that I would like to focus on. So whatever have you completed till here, whatever you will be studying in the next day, at least 1 month you must revise all your things, at least for 1 month before your exam. For the 1 month, I would like that you should focus more on your revision part rather than covering whatever has been left, because in the last minute, if you try to do things from the scratch, it will become very difficult for you. you have left one particular chapter, maybe you have not encountered it during your preparation phase. But if you try to do it in the last minute, that will consume a lot of time. So my thought is, take a glance of the chapter if something is left, but I hope the teachers will not ensure that nothing is left from their and your side that you have to worry about in the last minute of your exam. So try to get at least 1 month of revision before your exam time, so that you can brush up all the things that you have learned in the 2 year period, right? 2 or maybe 3 year period, because you have a lot of syllabus. I know the syllabus is like an ocean, and whatever you have studied like 2 year before or 1 year before, it's not very likely that you remember before the exam. So revision is a very important thing before your exam. At least this is the minimum I'm telling, 1 month there should be a complete revision time. So even during my time also, I at least kept myself 1 month of revision for my JEE main exam, because my board just finished like 20 days before the exam. So at least 20 days, because I didn't get the time because of my board exam, because I was giving the exam with my 12th. So I didn't get the 1 month time, but I think most of you will be having that time. So try to utilize that 1 month time before the exam only for revision, not doing something like you are starting a completely new chapter, doing it from scratch and then consuming 10 days of your time. So that is definitely not going to work for you. Because of just one chapter, because of just one question, you are leaving your 95-98% of your syllabus. I don't think that is a good idea. So at least 1 month of revision time be there. And whatever you are studying, try to make short notes, because what I have got to know from the teachers is that you guys are not doing good in physics. Some of you are leaving questions just because there is a lot of calculation, and most of it is generally said, I'm just saying in a funny way, that people take bio because they don't want to face maths, right? But physics doesn't let them go, because physics comes with maths, right? लोग छोड़ देते हैं कि बायो ले रहे हैं, चलो मैथ से छुटकारा मिल गया, लेकिन फिजिक्स पीछे से गला पकड़ लेता है ना? So, but what I have seen for the NEET paper is a lot of questions are just formula based. You just know the formula. I'm telling you, just know the formula, put the values, you'll get the answer. And I hope all of you are following the NCERT books for your bio and even physics and chemistry. Generally for math, it is not recommended NCERT, but since all of you are not from the math background, so it doesn't matter for you. So definitely you will follow. I hope you are following your NCERT books. And the revision thing I already talked about. Make sure I'm just, because I'm focused, I'm putting so much gravity on revision is the reason because I know a lot of people have failed just because they have not put enough time for their revision purpose. So this is something very important. I don't want you people to like face that same thing that a lot of people I know they face during the preparation well. And the second thing that I was talking about is how to like you should continue making all your short notes where you can just look before the exams, because I have seen rooms of people where like they make short note and just paste on the walls of their room, so that if some formula like very difficult to remember, but if you're watching it like on a daily basis, you'll know about this. Just same like you are watching a guy and a girl on a regular basis, and then suddenly you fall in love with it, right? So it's same like that you are watching a formula from like 2, 3 and 1 week and 1 month. You'll remember it for the rest of your life, at least till your NEET exams. So try to do it also. This is a very good way of learning, that you write the right things, paste on your walls. Sticky notes you all know, right? Write small thing on it, paste on your walls of your hostel or maybe your home, wherever you are living. And definitely in a 1 week or at least in 10 days time, you'll definitely remember the formula and memorize the formula, and definitely will not forget it. So what I was talking about is that a lot of questions in NEET are mostly calculation based, and students just leave them because they don't know the formula of it. So don't, for physics and physical chemistry, remember each and every formula, because formulas are very important. A lot of questions definitely comes. I hope you are solving PYQs also. From there you'll get to know that lot of questions come based on formula only, and lot of questions are directly from NCERT. Chalo, thank you all and all the best.